Well, I think when you look a little bit deeper into the numbers, while overall trade between the United States and China has of course shrunk, what you find is that imports into China from the United States fell much more than exports did. So you could argue that maybe the United States at this stage is actually suffering more from the trade war than China is at this stage. And here, politically, of course, this is vitally important for the US administration, in particular to get a follow-through from the promise that apparently Xi Jinping made to Donald Trump that they were going to import more agricultural goods. That is something that Donald Trump, of course, has just complained about, saying that the Chinese made this commitment and they haven't come through. So, no, it's a lose-lose, I think, as any economist would tell you.
But would you say, so just going back to G20 and what was decided most recently is, I mean, in essence, it's a little bit unbalanced to what you're saying, to your point, is that China have promised to buy more agricultural goods, but in return, they've got no extra tariffs being applied, plus the resumption of US companies being able to deal with Huawei on non-national security items. So would you say that if you had to tip the balance, China got a little bit more out of those discussions than the US?
I think undoubtedly. It's undoubtedly the case.
Well, that was very, very happy news for Mr. Trump to hear you say that. I want to ask you, though, because you're an economist, not a psychologist, but the psychology of President Trump and the impact that has on the US administration's behavior is relevant here, isn't it? When it comes to the imposition of tariffs, looking back over the last 12 months, you've seen them be put in place or be threatened, then be taken away, then be postponed. And I'm just wondering, in terms of what's going on in his mind and what that means for investors, what do you expect over the next few months in terms of margins being squeezed, products becoming more expensive?
Well, I don't think that they're going to find a resolution very quickly. The trouble with all of this, coming back to your point about psychology, is something I call it Trumpian uncertainty. You see, I think most economists thinking about the trade battle were starting from the point that it is in both sides' interest to bring this to a resolution. And yet, that's not exactly what we have seen. And what you say is right in that tariffs have been threatened, then they've been delayed, but let's not forget, in the end, they have been imposed. In the end, the US administration did raise the tariffs on $200 billion to 25%. That only happened in June. Let's not forget, this is very new. So the impacts of all of this are yet to come. And so, I think it is very difficult because, as you say, the starting point, this is in both sides' interest to conclude this, hasn't really helped in resolving this because it isn't apparently run first and foremost on this is in our national interest. There's a whole lot of face saving involved, and there is, of course, as you know, President Trump deems himself to be a master negotiator, and he believes this strategy of applying maximum pressure on China is actually going to work. I have some doubts that this is going to work. China has a perception of itself as having historically been very much a country that has faced aggressors, and I think they're feeling about this as well. I don't want to go as far as calling it a victim mentality, but there is a perception that China's role in the world is principally benign and that other nations are coming after them, and that makes the discussions very difficult.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.